The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the vast expanse of the Wild West. This land was filled with rolling hills, dusty trails, and endless horizons. Cacti dotted the landscape, their green spines standing proud against the dry earth. Here, cowgirls and cowboys lived a life of freedom and adventure, driven by dreams and challenges that tested their mettle daily. The air was often filled with the sounds of hoofbeats echoing across the plains as herds of wild horses galloped beneath blue skies. But life wasn't always easy. It came with its own set of dangers. Bandits roamed in search of trouble, while unpredictable weather could turn a sunny day into a fierce storm. Survival in this rugged land demanded skill, bravery, and a strong sense of justice. Among these brave souls was our cowgirl, known not just for her riding ability but also for her sharp aim with a Colt revolver. She wasn't afraid to stand up to anyone who threatened her way of life or those she cared about. In this world where lawlessness sometimes prevailed, she had a reputation for being quick on the draw and even quicker to protect what mattered most to her. As she traversed this untamed land, she understood that every challenge faced was a test that shaped her spirit and resolve. Her name was Clara May, a cowgirl known far and wide for her fiery spirit and unwavering determination. With long, sun-kissed hair tied back in a braid, she rode her trusty horse, Dusty, with a grace that spoke of countless hours spent on the range. Clara had a heart full of courage and a fierce loyalty to her friends and family, making her a respected figure among the settlers. Clara's skill as a sharpshooter was legendary. She could hit the broadside of a barn from 50 paces, and stories of her quick draw spread like wildfire through the dusty towns. Her Colt revolver was more than just a weapon. It was an extension of herself, always by her side as she faced whatever challenges came her way. When danger approached, folks knew they could count on Clara to stand tall and defend what was right. Beneath her tough exterior lay a compassionate soul. Clara often helped those in need, whether it was mending fences for a neighbor or sharing food with travelers who found themselves lost in the wilderness. She understood that true strength came not just from skill with a gun but also from kindness and bravery when it mattered most. As she galloped across the plains, Clara May embodied the spirit of the Wild West, fearless yet compassionate, ready to face any challenge that lay ahead. Clara May's Colt revolver was more than just a firearm. It was a symbol of her strength and resilience. This particular Colt had been passed down through generations, originating from her grandfather, who fought bravely in the Civil War. Each scratch and dent on its surface told stories of battles fought, both in times of war and in the everyday struggles of life on the frontier. To Clara, the Colt represented not only her skill, but also the legacy of courage that ran through her family. It reminded her of her grandfather's tales, the moments when bravery shone brightest amid chaos. As she held it in her hand, she felt a connection to her past and a duty to uphold the values he instilled: honor, loyalty, and justice. Whenever she drew the Colt, it felt like an extension of herself. The weight of it was familiar and comforting, allowing her to stand tall against any challenge that came her way. More than just an instrument for protection, the Colt was a reminder that true strength came from within. It encouraged Clara to defend what was right while carrying forth the spirit of those who had come before her. As she traveled across the Wild West, she knew that with each shot fired and each threat faced, she honored her family's history and created her own legacy. A legacy filled with bravery and compassion. Just a few days prior, Clara faced a notorious bandit named Jed Thompson, known for his ruthless ways and quick temper. The townsfolk had whispered about him for weeks, recounting tales of terror as he raided peaceful settlements. Determined to protect her home, Clara set out to confront Jed when she learned he was hiding out in a canyon not far from her ranch. Under a sun that blazed down like an angry eye, Clara rode to the canyon, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. As she crept closer, she spotted Jed lounging against a boulder, counting his stolen gold coins with a smirk on his face. It was then she took a moment to breathe, feeling the familiar weight of her Colt holstered at her side. This was a showdown she'd anticipated, yet it made her reflect on the cost of violence. As they faced off, words turned to threats. Everything around them faded away until it was just Clara and Jed in that moment. She called out to him to surrender peacefully, but he pulled his gun instead. The clash echoed through the canyon as Clara drew her Colt with precision and courage. The struggle forced her to reconsider what it meant to protect and serve justice in such chaotic times, leading her deeper into thoughts of honor and consequence. After her confrontation with Jed Thompson, Clara felt a wave of emotion wash over her. To clear her mind and honor the memories that weighed heavily on her heart, she set out on a journey toward the wooden cross, which stood on a hill overlooking the sprawling landscape. The cross marked the resting place of her dear friend, who had fallen to violence in a recent raid. The terrain was rugged, with thorny bushes clinging to the path and rocks jutting out at odd angles. Clara navigated the uphill trail slowly, each step stirring memories of laughter and shared adventures with her friend. As she climbed, the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows that danced across the ground. With every breath of the crisp, cool air, she reflected on her choices and the battles she'd fought. The haunting silence of the wilderness surrounded her, broken only by the sound of her boots crunching gravel beneath her feet. Reaching the top, she paused to catch her breath and marvel at the beauty of the horizon stretching out before her, a reminder of both freedom and fragility. As she approached the cross, it stood tall against the vibrant sky, a powerful symbol of love lost and a life lived fiercely. Clara knelt beside it, feeling a profound sense of connection as she prepared to lay down her Colt in tribute. As Clara knelt beside the wooden cross, memories flooded her mind like the wind sweeping across the plains. She thought of her childhood friend, Lily, who had always believed in the goodness of people, even when darkness loomed around them. They had spent countless afternoons sharing dreams beneath the shade of a giant oak, imagining lives full of adventure and freedom. The laughter they shared seemed to echo in her heart, reminding Clara of the innocence they once had. She also recalled her grandfather, a man who had faced countless challenges with unwavering courage. His stories of bravery inspired her to take up the Colt that now lay beside her. He taught Clara that strength was not just about wielding a gun but also about standing up for what was right. When she felt doubt creeping in after her fight with Jed Thompson, his words would resonate in her ears. True bravery is protecting those you love. Each memory wrapped around Clara like a comforting embrace, fueling her resolve. In the stillness of that moment, she understood that the strength she needed came from remembering those who had shaped her life. Their spirits guided her through darkness and uncertainty, instilling in her the courage to continue fighting for justice and love in a world filled with chaos. As she prepared to rise from the ground, she felt their presence beside her, an unbreakable bond that gave her strength for whatever lay ahead. The wooden cross stood tall against the vast sky, weathered by time and storms but resolute in its purpose. Handcrafted from rough timber, each knot and groove told stories of love and loss, a silent sentinel guarding the memories of the life it marked. Clara could see the faint etchings carved into the wood. A name, a date, a few simple words that spoke of her friend Lily's spirit and the joy she brought to others. As Clara approached, she felt the emotional weight of the cross settle heavily in her heart. It represented so much more than a grave. It was a tribute to a vibrant life cut short by senseless violence. The surrounding landscape seemed to hold its breath, as if paying respect to the memory contained within the cross. Wildflowers swayed gently at its base, their colors vibrant and alive, a stark contrast to the grief that filled Clara's heart. In that moment, the cross became a bridge between past and present. It reminded Clara of the laughter they shared and the adventures they dreamed of before loss changed everything. Kneeling beside it, she felt a profound connection not only to Lily, but also to the countless souls who had faced similar trials in this wild land. It was in this sacred place that Clara found purpose, an inspiration to honor her friend's memory by upholding justice and compassion in everything she did. With a heavy heart, Clara reached for her Colt revolver, the weight of it familiar yet laden with meaning. She stared at the wooden cross, feeling the presence of her friend Lily and reflecting on all the memories that led her to this moment. The Colt had been a symbol of her strength and survival in a harsh world, but now it represented something different, a reminder of the violence that had claimed Lily's life and so many others like her. As she set the Colt down beside the cross, Clara felt a profound sense of peace wash over her. The decision to lay it down was more than an act of remembrance. It was a declaration that she was ready to embrace life beyond violence. This place, marked by grief yet filled with love, became a sanctuary for her thoughts. It signified a break from the cycle of retribution that often shrouded their lives in fear. In laying down her weapon, Clara made room for healing and hope. It was an invitation to honor her friend's memory not through vengeance but through compassion and justice. She took a deep breath, allowing the fresh air to fill her lungs as the weight of pain lightened ever so slightly. It was here at this sacred spot that Clara pledged to carry forth Lily's spirit, dedicating herself to creating a world where kindness triumphed over cruelty, taking comfort in the belief that love could be as powerful as any gun. As Clara knelt beside the wooden cross, a serene silence enveloped her, creating a space where time seemed to stand still. The world around her faded, replaced by the gentle rustle of the wind and the soft whispers of nature. In this moment of stillness, she felt a deep connection to both her past and present, allowing memories to wash over her like the warm glow of the setting sun. Thoughts of Lily filled her mind, her laughter, their shared dreams, and the warmth of friendship that once brightened Clara's days. Each recollection brought forth a bittersweet ache in her heart, reminding her of what was lost but also of the love that remained. Clara could almost hear Lily's voice, urging her to embrace life with courage and grace, even amidst sorrow. This moment of reflection was not just a farewell, but a quiet promise to carry forward the light that Lily had brought into her life. As she closed her eyes, Clara envisioned all the good they had planned together, helping others, living free, and standing up for those who could not fight for themselves. With each breath, she inhaled strength from the earth beneath her and exhaled the weight of grief that had clung to her for too long. In this sacred space, Clara found clarity, a renewed purpose wrapped in love and remembrance. As she prepared to honor Lily's legacy by living fully with compassion and kindness in the wild expanse before her. As Clara rose from the wooden cross, a new sense of resolve coursed through her. The moments of reflection and remembrance had crystallized her purpose, igniting a fire within her to protect others in the Wild West. She understood that while the Colt had served her well, true strength lay in her ability to stand for justice without resorting to violence. The weight of her experiences, losing Lily, confronting Jed Thompson, and now this sacred moment, had reshaped her understanding of what it meant to be a cowgirl. Clara felt a fierce determination to become a guardian for those who couldn't defend themselves, using her skills to foster safety and peace in a land often fraught with danger. Walking away from the cross, she envisioned a community where kindness prevailed over cruelty. Her heart swelled with a commitment to honor Lily by helping others heal from their own losses and struggles. Clara would become a voice for the voiceless, extending her compassion to those affected by violence and loss, just as she had once shared laughter and dreams with her friend. With each step she took, Clara felt lighter, as if shedding the burdens of the past. She was ready to embrace her role as a protector, armed not just with her Colt, but with empathy and courage. In this vast, rugged land, she would fight for justice in Lily's name, spreading love and hope wherever she went. With a heart full of renewed strength, Clara turned away from the wooden cross and began her journey back across the open plains. The vast landscape stretched out before her, painted in hues of gold and amber as the sun dipped low in the sky. Each step felt lighter, as if she was shedding the burdens of loss and embracing the promise of new beginnings. Clara could feel the whispers of the wind at her back, carrying with it the spirits of Lily and her grandfather, guiding her toward a future filled with purpose. Memories of laughter and kindness fueled her resolve. She was determined to protect those who could not protect themselves and nurture a community rooted in compassion. The challenges ahead would not be easy. Clara knew that threats could arise at any moment, but she felt ready to face them head-on. Her Colt may have been laid down beside the cross, but its lessons remained etched in her heart. Strength, honor, and love were far more powerful than violence. As she rode into the horizon, Clara embraced the uncertainty that lay ahead. Each dusty trail beckoned to her, echoing with possibilities for courage and justice. She was not just a cowgirl. She was now a protector and an advocate for change in a rugged land, where hope could bloom even against the harshest odds. With every gallop forward, Clara vowed to carry both memories and newfound strength with her, forever inspired by the light of those she had loved.